Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are over at Osthea. I think that's how you probably say it. And obviously we now have to go back to Osgirth in order to talk to Radagast around. But as you may notice in the bottom right corner, we have an alert and we have some new mail. I went onto my main, and we can say this while I travel to Osgirth. I went onto my main and also onto the LOTRO wiki. Basically went around the Shire and collected a ton of copper. Basically then turned that all into copper ingots, which is good because I also allowed some crits. I think it was a either 15% chance or 25% chance to get 3 copper ingots out of every 2 copper ore instead of just the 1. So we actually, I think I had enough for 53 and I got 63 in total, so I got 10 extra, which was pretty damn cool. And then as well, I also, let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to get, well, let's actually just get the red pass from him, but we're not actually going to go on it yet, because that is not the focus for today. Yeah, so I did that, had 63 of that, so I then bought 63 tin, which meant I had enough for, would have been 126, because you get 2 bronze ingots out of every... Yeah, 2 bronze ingots out of every 1 copper and 1 tin. I then was able to crit that, so I have the potential 5% chance to get 4 out of it instead, so I think I had about 130. And then I also went and got, 130, then I also got the 100 barra iron ingots, which I just had spare on my main, in my vault, which I wasn't using, and then also 114 rich iron ingots, which I also had spare and wasn't using. That actually allows us to go to the next 2 tiers, which would be journeyman and expert, and we should have enough to get through all those, hopefully. So we are going to go over to Mitchell Delving. Actually, we can probably get a horse from here, I'm thinking. A horse is down in this area, I think, and the plan for today is to go and do all the weaponsmithing stuff. So I looked it up. So basically, to get the expert or mastery of that, it is going to be around about 600. So we can't travel on there. Let's actually just go to that. As I said to Mitchell Delving, it should be, as I said, it's 594 XP because I've already got 6. To go until I get the mastery, because obviously the extra mastery is double the original. So I looked that up, then we get 10 XP for every processed item we get, so we basically needed around about 60 crafts. So I went safe and tried to get, I actually went up to, as I said, 53, but then I was able to crit, because I just got, I kept on finding a lot of rich ores, which is pretty good. Let's go to Westbury. So yeah, we did all that, and then that should be enough, obviously more than enough to do it, and I'm probably going to use them all because I don't think I have any use for bronze ingots at all, so I can probably do that and get a bit of extra XP out of it. And then we also have the barrow iron ingots and the rich iron ingots for in a minute when we get there. So we are just going to go to this forge here, which should be fine. Yep, we just need a forge and a smithing hammer, and we have that in our inventory due to the superior tools of the expert historian. We have them at full durability, and we should be perfectly fine. So we are going to go and make all these bronze shavings, and we should actually, as I said, be perfectly fine with just the, even just doing the first step. I'm going to do them all, try and get the most XP out of this I can. Hopefully we can even get to level 30 at this point, and then we're going to do the next level and the level after that. So it's just going to be sort of one of those sped up crafting things again. So I will see you after I'll see you after we've done the Apprentice, and then we'll get on to the Journeyman after that. Right, so as you saw, we both leveled up and actually got to Mastery of Apprentice, as well as getting obviously to Journeyman as well. So now we have new skirmish available. I don't know which one it is. I don't think it ever really tells us. Deep Bestow to us, which is just Explorer of the Lone Lands, which is, I guess, fair enough, and we assume, it's just we've already got one, which is pretty cool. Got a title awarded to us, Master Apprentice Weaponsmith, and we also have some new mail, which we'll go over to in a second, I think. Other than that, we also seem to have got Merciful Shot, which is actually a pretty cool attack, which basically when the enemy is under 50% health, and we can later upgrade that to, I think, under 75% health, or 90 potentially, I think that might be the highest one. You can basically do quite a high amount of damage, but it uses 6 of our focus from here, so 2 bars. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but we can't really use it all that often. And yeah, I think what I might do for now is I'll do all the bronze ingots and all the extra processing after. I just want to get into the actual like stuff up straight away. So we'll get into, you know, use the full stack if we can, then sort of go back up until how far we can go. So I did actually look into this, 280, so I times that by 3, that's 840. I looked at this, I'm assuming, yeah, it's 10 XP, so we should only need 84, so we are going to have to go through all the shavings and then turn it all back into barrow iron ingots, and we should be fine. And another good thing as well, the reason I want to get all of them to be mastery as well before I go back through them, is if you look here, when we process these shavings into back into the ingots, we can actually get a 13% chance of getting a critical back into 2, so we can get that extra XP from that. So yeah, I will do the barrow iron ingots. It doesn't really matter if I use them all, because I am not really going to use them on my main, and if I do, I'm just going to go and mine some, I guess, because they're in pretty low areas. So I will do all the barrow iron stuff, and then all the rich iron stuff after, but I'll see you when we're up to expert, I think is the next level. Okay, so we did that. We actually got to mastery about halfway through-ish, as I said, but as I also wanted to say, I think I said at the beginning of it, I was just going to let the ingots go through, and we were actually quite lucky. We got quite a lot of critical successes, some quite a few in a row, which was pretty cool for us. And we also got a notification, which is just a title awarded to us, which is Master Journeyman Weaponsmith, which is pretty good. So that's nice. So we also unlocked Expert, as we saw, which means we are able to create some melee weapons for level 22. So look at the Bright Steel Sword, for example. That is, compared to our current sword, is just better than both of them. So it just, yeah, better idea overall. We get +7 fate. We also get some extra morale out of it, which means we can switch out that ring, get that extra agility, and still have the extra morale when we have 2 of these. And obviously, I want to also get some scroll cases if I can find any, and get some level, even now we can get some level 30 weapons, which is some of the higher tier ones. So I might go out and see if I can get a lot of those. So yeah, now we're going to go and do the processing for this, which is rich iron shavings. Let's have a little bit of a look quickly. We'll do a little bit of math whilst we are here. So let's have a look. 360 times that by 3 quickly, and then we need to basically get 108 out of this. So we've got 57. We should be able to get that, because we can make 57 of those, and then each 4 of those will make one thing, assuming we don't by that time crit a bit. And yeah, so I will get onto the rich iron shavings, and then we can also have a little look at what the next tier is going to be as well, so we can start getting some of those. So yeah, let's start with that. Right, okay, so as you may have noticed, I am now in a different place, and that is because I have just been running around trying to work out. Obviously, you might see that we are 360 out of 360 experience towards proficiency. Yeah, we're not at the trying to get mastery level yet, which worried me a tiny bit. I actually got to I crafted one rich iron ingot and then sort of looked and realized that had happened. So what I had to do is I had to look online on the wiki because I couldn't actually remember where this was, but it seems we had to go to Thorin's Hall in order to go to the forging hall in that place and get a quest where we have to create two weapons, a bright steel greatsword and a bright steel dagger, which we should have the correct stuff for, I hope. It should just be the rich iron stuff, and then we can just craft it from the shavings. And then from there we are able to... I'll probably stay here as well for the rest of the crafting, because it's a lot easier, and I don't have a travel skill to Bree yet. That's still 2 levels away. We are going to have to go into here. Let's actually just get on our horse, because you can in this place, which is pretty nice, because it's big. We have to go to the crafting, or the forging hall, and we'll do that. It's quest. It should be there called crafting, and it should be it's quest. It's called crafting, artisan, weaponsmith, so that we can gain mastery of that and go up to artisan as well and get to the next level. I kind of forgot that that was a thing. Otherwise, I would have probably gone here as like the main place to do it, especially since I have the travel skill and such for here. So we're going to go talk to the Forge Master, which I think is the correct person. Maybe he's not. Is that legendary items? Yes, I think it is. Expert metal smith. Are you who I go to or not? Who do I go to? There's a quest up here. That might be who it is. Crafting a superior forge. So we have to complete, yeah. Okay, so we have to complete these, and we have to go to this person. Where is this? He is in the forging hall. So is he up here, around here somewhere? Or is he, oh, he is just that guy. Okay, so I didn't see the ring above him. So we need to go here, as I said, this runabout. And we just need to craft a bright steel greatsword, and also we don't want to take damage, so that is not a good thing. So let's go, and what do we need to make? We need to make a bright steel greatsword and a bright steel dagger, so we need 3 more of these rich iron ingots. And unfortunately, we are not able to crit them at the moment, so we can't really do that. So we need to make sure that we are crafting what I think we're crafting. We'll create that, and also make the bright steel dagger afterwards. And then we're probably going to have to give it to 2 people. I think that's what we have to do, if I remember correctly. And hopefully it doesn't take too long, because I failed the last time. So now we just, yeah, to Hagen and Albrick Longfoot, which hopefully, I say hopefully should be on there, but it looks like they aren't. So we are going to just have to go searching for this person. Or these 2 people, rather. Does it say in the quest thing? To the interested dwarves in Thorin's Hall. So let's get on our horse if we're going to do this. Looks like that might be one of them. Nope, he's the hunter trainer though. So maybe we do need to go to him at some point. Ah, there's one. Found him. One with the weirder name of the 2. And that looks like Hagen as well.
Greetings, traveler.
I think it's because they put the second name on this one, but they didn't put the second name on this person. So it's good that they're next to each other. Now we need to go to the person that we took the quest off, complete that, and we should be able to get to Artisan level and also do Master of the thing. We should, as I said, have enough items to complete that, I hope. Hopefully, you know, it wasn't that like 1 extra that we use that, you know, ruins it, but we shouldn't have to, because we can just turn it into shavings again and we won't have to worry. So, crafting Artisan that. There we go. Efficiency, superior forge access, 2 scrolls of lesser craft acceleration, which we're not going to use. Right, so now let's just do all these. We can actually get some melee weapons for level 22. Let's have a look at what they do. Dwarf craft sword, 35 to 58 common damage. We're 2 levels away, so we can actually craft those when we get to it with dwarf iron ingots, which will be good. No, there's a barrow iron. That's fine. So we're going to go back to processing and get this up to expert. We are going to need 72 in total, so we are probably going to have to go down and turn some more ingots into shavings, but I'll work that out when we get there. So yeah, Time to craft these. Right, so that's got through all that. My tool is actually nearly completely broken. Let's have a look at its durability. 1 out of 60. Otherwise, again, it is tough, so it's not 1-to-1 ratio with that. So, kind of glad I did that, and, you know, I had to, near the end, sort of started doing, instead of make alls, make 5s, so that I could make sure I got to the correct XP. I should have made 10, and then gone back with 10, because I just, my brain, stopped working for a little moment, I thought. You know, that's only 100 XP I need rather than 200 XP. Also, this guy has... Oh, we can actually finish that quest, which we never did. I also just got 36 crafting XP for Artisan, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we have done that now, and then the plan is... Oh, actually, we also have a title awarded to us, Master Expert Weaponsmith, and the plan is, obviously, as I said now, we are going to make 2... bright steel swords. We can get a plus 45% chance to get crit if we have 2 flat whetstones. I might have a few of those spare. Let me go have a look. The mail is unfortunately quite a bit away from the forge. It is all the way down by here, as you can see, but I have just enough, actually. We have another matter of importance as well. Let's actually detach the item. We'll have a look at it. I actually had exactly 2 whetstones left, so, you know, hopefully both of these work out. And I also sent over some 50 Supreme Weaponsmith Scrolls cases, which I found pretty cheap on the auction haul I bought. You know, 50 of them is pretty cheap, so I thought I would, 50, yeah, it was like 800 silver for 50 Supreme ones, and I thought, you know, I might as well buy it now. I've got quite a lot of gold, and I can send it over and, you know, make sure that everything is you know, sorted out for when we get to that level and I have the chance of getting those cool items. But we are going to go to Weaponsmith, Expert, we're going to go to Melee Weapons, and we are, as I said, going to create, we have 58% chance now to create a Shining Steel Sword, which is 28 to 46 damage compared to 25 to 42, and then we have 8 Fate, 46 Max Morale, which is better than both the rings we have combined, I think. Actually, no, it's exactly the same as both the rings combined, so we get 2 of those as well. So it's like having 4 of those rings on, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to make them one by one just so we can have a little look at whether or not we're going to get a crit. I want to get a crit. Come on, we critted it. Good. Now double luck. Come on, we're gonna double crit. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find another whetstone. No, damn it. Still fine, it's fine. We still have better than what we would have, so I'm gonna go and put that sword in there and that sword in there. They both look the same now, so we have both the same swords. I'm not using a crappy little dagger anymore, and we get some extra morale out of it, which means we can also put on this ring and be fine and dandy and get some extra XP. Well, not XP, extra agility and such, and lose a tiny bit of health, but we're still overall getting more health. We're making up for it with that one, you know, that pretty much overall. So that should be good, and I'm also going to, as I said, try and look for some other whetstones and see if I can craft another one of these in the near future. But until then, I'm going to keep all the rich iron, but I am going to still go and process all this stuff. But I won't record that. I guess I'll just see you when it's done, because we've done a lot of that stuff already. Right, and now here we are. Hopefully, this should, or not hopefully, but technically, yeah, that should be the last one. I was going to say, unless we crit it, which is the 13% chance. So, yeah, we went through all the bronze ones. We are now down to 1 bronze ingot, and also now down to 1 barrow iron ingot, because, you know, it's always going to leave us with that 1 remainder, because it will always take 2 to craft 1, and eventually we'll always get down to that 1 final item. So... yeah, there we go. I'm actually going to sell those swords that we had, and also some of the other stuff, like this sprig of parsley, and we could also, sell some of these things. I think, oh, we are going to get rid of those as well. I don't know where they even dropped from, must be from last episode. We're also going to get rid of these. Oh, level 31. I'll probably have some better stuff by then. I'm assuming redstone can stay with us, come to the chives. We can get rid of this shining silver ring, and we can get rid of this armor as well, that, and these other items which probably should have gone a while ago, and as does blade. Let's get this sorted out of our inventory, looking a lot cleaner now, and that is going to be it for this episode. I don't know how long it was. It was quite long in terms of everything, but obviously a few bits are going to be sped up. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I don't know how long it's going to be in terms of length. So we'll have to see about that. But I'm also going to have to now think of what I'm going to do in the next episode. I might do some farming because we are so in terms of everything, quite close to level 31, which actually means, considering that, I might actually go and buy back those shoulder pads. See if we can buy back these ones. Let's buy back that, because we're kind of close, and I don't know how much XP we can technically get from doing supreme farming, and we'll need 1,800 XP from experience for that. So I'm hoping, I'll do a little test, but I'll have to have a look and see if we'll get that much XP and see how far we can go, because it would be nice to get to level 31, get some better armor, and then we can get even closer to that level 32 that we are looking forward to for our Bree travel skill, and also our new better armor and our better sword, I guess. I think we can get with the Weaponsmith on Artisan. Yeah, level 32. We can get this dwarf craft sword, which is even better than the critted one we got earlier, and then we can obviously work out if we're going to get the proficiency on this, and then we can create this to an even better one when we do it. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.